Alright guys, here's a quick update on a couple of things that I've done so far. First of all, you can notice that there are two toggle switches on the remote control here, as you can see. And again, I wanted to add toggle switches to the remote because the sound chip that I'm using basically uses a three-way toggle switch. It needs to be 3 position, right? Now the reason why it requires 3 positions is because it operates by different sound slots, right? Slot 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on, right? Now in order to go from different slots, slot 1, slot 2, slot 3, you would need to push it to the left, right? So if you push it once, it go to slot 1, set again slot 2, slot 3, and then you push it to the right to enable it, right? So if I want a sound from slot 2, I will have to go 1, 2 and then up to the right to trigger it. I'll show you guys when I get the car running later on, but basically that's how it works. Now the next thing is, why is there 2 switches? Now I use this remote for different multiple RC cars, and I want to retain the dial switches up here. Now I have converted channel 5 to the toggle switch, and I want to retain this dial feature as well for my other RCs. So that is why there's a second toggle switch here. Now if I flick it down, I'll go back to the knob. If I flick it up, it goes to the switch. Now this is a 3 position switch as well. So if I put it to the center, it basically shuts off both these both these channels, so it becomes a dead channel. When I'm playing around with it, if I accidentally hit the switches, it doesn't change anything to the car, which I think that is great, right? So again, for this purpose, for this video, I will be using the toggle switch to play around with the sounds. Okay, quick view of the car though. As you can see here, it's pretty compact and it's pretty there's a lot going on to it, but I basically have the sound chip kind of strapped to the side of the car here, if you can see, right? So it's basically strapped onto the side. Try to get the weight as center to the back as much as possible. I have the speaker mounted up front. There's a small space, just enough for it. And again, I want to quickly take this time to say I love this MJ chassis, DumboRC chassis, because it's super slim, super streamlined, super lightweight, and this gives me the flexibility to throw on a lot more stuff on it. As you can see here, I would hate to get the kit that is already bulky and complicated, and I would not be able to do, you know, half the things I plan to put into this car. So again, I love this MJ chassis, and I think it is awesome. I highly recommend it. It drifts very well. It performs really well out of the box. DumboRC actually assembles this chassis for you. If you're a newbie like me, it comes ready assembled. All you need to do is throw on the tires and the electronics, and they are good to go. I have not done any tweaks aside from, you know, what came originally to me from DumboRC hobby. So kudos to him, great job. I love his products. Okay, enough of the shameless promo. Let's fire on the car and show you some of the new sounds I have added. Okay, just want to slap on the body shell so that the sound gets resonated into the shell, and it, I think, sounds a bit nicer. But Yeah, that's just me. So again, I will go through all the slots. This is slot 1, one time to the left, and then trigger it on the right. This obviously starts the engine. It's a 10-second startup. I purposely set up this way. Okay, and then now you can hear it running in idle, and you can enable it again to turn off the engine, just like that. And slot 2 will be a revving sound. 1, 2. So basically that revving sound can be triggered when the engine is running, so it will sound like you're revving the engine on idle, so you don't have to pull the throttle, right? So that is an option, nice option to have. Slot 3 would be increasing the volume, right? 3 times on the left, 1 time on the right to volume up. Slot 4 will be volume down. Slot 5 is something I added new. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This will be the car alarm, and you can see that it's ongoing, and I can flick it again to turn it off, right? I can on it again, turn it off, okay? And then the last slot, which is 6.
Generation Toyota Supra, or the Toyota Gazoo Racing Supra, to give it its full name that nobody will ever use. It's the car we've been waiting for ever since Toyota showed us the FT1 concept at the Detroit Motor Show in 2014, and it's here, at last.
Right, so I just added that short introduction of the Supra from Top Gear, and it's just for fun, right? So it takes up one of the slots. Now there's a lot more things I can do. There's a whole lot of light options that I haven't done yet, and those will be in progress. Now I'm going to start the engine again and just do a quick blast around just for fun. Now that goes back to slot 1. The car is a lot heavier with everything in it. It sure feels a tad heavier when you're driving it, but at the same time it gives a very realistic feel, and I like it. But of course I'm trash when the video is on. So yeah, I added the blow off sound whenever I release the trigger, so you hear the rumble on the exhaust. Just like that, and yeah, I'm still thinking this is the sound that I'm going for right now, and I think I like it. I'm gonna keep it. I'll be experimenting with a couple more other sounds as we go, and we'll see if this sound stays to the end. Okay, alright, thanks guys, bye.